Hello, this is Reb Yoseph coming to you from the land of Israel. This week is Parshas Kidoshim, literally sanctity or to be sacred, sacred people. And it says that the Jewish people or the nation of Israel is commanded to be kadosh, sacred or holy. And it is because Hashem is holy. And then it gives a bunch of other mitzvahs, and it ends with HaKadosh Baruch saying that he is giving the land of Canaan to the children of Israel, that it's a land flowing with milk and honey, and that they should know how to, that he's separating them from the nations, and that they should know how to separate between what is tahor, pure, and what is tameh, defiled or dirty. Okay? The idea of kedusha has an internal and external aspect to it. The internal aspect is, so to speak, the soul of Hashem. Every person's soul has a unique aspect to it, which is what makes every person unique, why everyone's face or hands, fingerprints, or handwriting is different from everybody else's. So to speak, the aspect that is unique in Hashem we call Kedusha. Just like you will not find the unique aspect of a different person's soul in another person's soul, you will not find Kedusha anywhere except in the soul of Hashem. And in order to pick up a person's unique qualities, you have to attach yourself to them. You have to be, if you're married to them, it makes you very close to them, or a friend, or you learn from them. These are the ways you attach yourself to someone. So to speak, in order to get Kedusha, a person must attach themselves to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and the closer the attachment, the closer the connection is. You also have the idea of a national attachment, that every nation has, so to speak, a soul, and every nation has a mission, and that they are different from each other, and that the mission of the Jewish people is attachment to morality, separation of good and evil. This is different than an attachment to beauty or dignity or money or power or strength. The idea is that this is the idea of HaKadosh Baruch Hu telling the Bnei Yisrael not to attach themselves to Elilim, literally minor gods. The idea is that there are forces, and they have power, and often their signs are the 7 planets, the visible planets, or the constellations. That's why one of the expressions for the non-Jews is avodat kochavim, literally star worshippers. The idea is that by means of an intermediary, that if a person really is diligent in their pursuit of money, that through their pursuit of money, that they will come to holiness as well. However, it's a more direct approach to be specifically looking at what is right and wrong, what is morality. Okay, but a person has to decide what it is that they want to dedicate their lives to, and what they want their children to dedicate their lives to. So the parsha continues, and it gives a number of mitzvahs, and the mitzvahs some of them revolve around personal grooming, not shave off your payas, meaning the corner of your beards. The idea of, say, having like a Mohican, where you shave the head and you just leave a stripe of hair, or not to shave the four corners of your beard, so to speak. To have a beard is what is being intimated. So to speak, a nice haircut and a nice grooming. You also have mitzvahs for kilaim, not to plant two seeds together in a field, but it's saying that a person's property, their front yard, should not be a weed patch. You should have a nice lawn and nice trees and nice flowers, that type of thing. It shouldn't just be a wild growth. It also deals with sexual purity. It specifically bans the incest and homosexuality. However, what seems to be being implied is ideally the only person one should have relations with ever is your lawfully wedded spouse. The idea of sexual purity, as opposed to licentiousness, where everything is permitted to everyone, promiscuity. It also deals with personal honesty and integrity, as well as honesty in a person's financial dealings, as well as being benevolent, as opposed to frivolous and cruel. Generally, what is being prohibited is being squalid and sleazy, and what is being encouraged is for a person to be wholesome and pure, which brings us to the land flowing with milk and honey, that milk is considered a wholesome food, and honey is sweet. The idea that sanctity involves being wholesome and sweet. Okay? The Sifsei Chachamim, in his commentary in Rashi, talks about Israel being separated from the nations, in that they put on, he uses the example of tefillin and a talus, a tefillin being essentially the equivalent of amulets, an amulet worn on the forearm and an amulet worn on the forehead, which contain various verses from the Tanakh, among them the Shema. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. The idea is that it's a sign that the name of God is on the Bnei Yisrael. Also, talus or tzitzit with the fringes. The fringes are meant to be a reminder to keep the mitzvahs. So what you have is a reminder that that there is a God and a creator in the world, and you have a reminder that there are specific standards and precepts that should be kept. Both the idea of a soul and actions. And these are meant to be displayed. They're meant to be visible. When it says Kidoshim, the original line, it says it's commanded to the Adat Yisrael. Can be translated as the community, Edus is witnesses, but it's more subtle than that, or more inclusive in that it's an advocate, or it's showing a demonstrator, a demonstration. The word doesn't come out that well. That the Jewish people are supposed to be displaying these ideas to the world. That's their job. Their job isn't to be soldiers, and their job isn't to be businessmen. That's for other nations. Their job is to be saying, there's a God in heaven, and he rules on earth, and this is God's will, and God's will is that a person should be pure and healthy. Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.